Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. So today I am going to take you on our first garden tour of the season. I'm going to actually start outside of the backyard, but we'll come back to this. So let's just go look really quick at what I've done medicinally this year, which I am trying to focus on. So I just got a couple of these metal raised planters, and I've got a couple different things in here, some lemon balm, some calendula, mugwort, motherwort, some marshmallow. I've got a couple of annuals here, some chickweed, a toothache plant, which is already getting ready to harvest. I've got my mints just in containers here. I am going to be fixing these up a little bit coming soon. I've got some mullein. My rhubarb is more than ready to harvest. My comfrey this year is growing upwards. I'm not really sure, because last year and all the years before it's come like spread out, and this year it's going upwards. So I gotta harvest some of this off. Gonna make some compost tea, kind of get this more under control to use it what I needed in the future. And there is some stinging nettle under here in a container so that no one gets hurt. Now in the backyard, this was grass. I kind of had you follow along on my shorts. I ripped it all up, tried to plant some perennials and some pretty annual things. It's not in full swing yet. It probably will become like our next garden tour, but I've tried to like make layers. So some of this stuff was in the front yard, and I decided this year to worry about making a beautiful space for me and the parts of my home that I enjoy, as opposed to the front yard for the neighbors. So I moved my driveway planters out here and put some things in. Move some of my little trinkets up here, and that's what I've done. So I've got this cute little wishing well here, and like random spots here. Like I've got chamomile here to harvest. But this is what I've done here. So as you can see, there are some perennials that will eventually bush out and fill in this space really well. And then next year there won't be so many annuals, just to make a nice full garden that sets off right beside our patio. I've also tried to make it cute by layering some potted plants in here. So I did the best I can for this year. Next year I might add some more. Some of these I grew in my greenhouse. Some of them I picked up at a greenhouse. And yeah, I'm okay with how it looks this year. I've got some lessons learned for some of these potters. But overall, with some thrifting and a little bit of patience, I created a nice little space for us to sit. Moving on to the actual food in my house. This was a really weird year. I didn't want to experiment too much, and I really wanted to focus on what we actually ate. And when I did that, I had some extra garden space left over, so some things are kind of just thrown, and some things are germinated a little bit later because they were a last minute ditch effort. My carrots had a really spotty germination this year due to some issues. Something was looking for its nut that had buried it here. I only know that because the nut was found, but not at the cost of some spacing of my seedlings, but that's okay. These are gonna grow up. I'm actually gonna thin these out soon. I have 2 okra plants that have just germinated now. I've got some Swiss chard all throughout here. I've got a couple of really cool Mediterranean dishes that I've got saved that I'd like to try. This is an experimental bean, and an experiment by the means of I've never grown this variety before, and that's why I kind of did them on their own. It is a French style bean, very, very, very thin. I can't remember what the exact variety of it is, but I'm super excited for these. Beside that, I've got some sweet potatoes because I'm doing a tutorial, a full tutorial, from literally starting the slips to pulling out the potatoes. I'm working on that this year, so you can see for next year. Sometimes with these videos, that's what happens, is we get something going to show you guys, but then unfortunately it's not pertinent to your garden until the following year. That's this. Like, I could show you at the end of the season, but the season's going to be done. Next door, I've got regular potatoes. Actually, these are yellow flesh. I prefer yellow over anything. I prefer yellow for roasting, baking, mashed potatoes, in salads. Like, I just prefer yellow across the board, so that's what I did this year. I've got a few different peppers. These are all non-spicy. I only have 1 hot pepper in my garden this year. I will show you as I round the corner, and I literally have one plant. I had one seed, and I just prayed that seed germinated. It luckily did, so hopefully we get something. But I've got a couple of different Italian peppers here and some stuffing peppers, some natapinos so that I can make natapino poppers, aka jalapeno poppers with no spice. I've got some beans over here of a different variety. I have a cucumber that just germinated as a second succession. So I've got one cucumber over there, and then a second succession here to come in behind here. If you watched my short, this was an experiment as well. I basically had winter sowed these onions and wanted to see if they were going to work the way that I did it. Go back and watch my short. I can put it underneath. It was a really neat experience, and it actually is working. So next to that, I have got some tomatoes. So I grew 2 types of slicers this year. I decided I am not doing indeterminate tomatoes in my garden this year. I really just wanted some easy determinate tomatoes that are just not going to grow super huge. I don't have to prune a lot, but still produce good. So I picked 2 varieties that are actually they are bred. So I usually do heirlooms. This year I decided to try a couple hybrids that were specifically bred. So I've got New Yorker on this side and the Black Seaman on this side. And they are both bred in colder climates. So areas like mine with my type of environment, my zone, my weather patterns, all that kind of thing. They were specifically designed for my type of weather. So I'm hoping with that these tomatoes are going to be a little bit more cold hardy, meaning instead of having to pluck everything off in like August, I can have tomatoes all the way into even October. Fingers crossed we'll follow those so that you can see. I have loofahs for the first time in 4 years. Every year I try to germinate the seeds. I get them to where they need to be. I put them outside and they die. Every time, without fail. This is the first year they have actually survived and they're actually climbing. So I'm super excited for those. Actually, these tomatoes, I noticed earlier, they're actually already starting to flower. So I'm excited for that too. But yeah, finally, loofah, fingers crossed that I have enough time in my growing season to see loofah. I've got 2 cute cucumbers over there that were started in the house, but they're really having a hard time this year. My cucumbers are just, and that's why I've kind of gone around my garden in certain spots and started germinating a different succession in case these ones don't turn out, because they've been in the ground for as long as everything else and they're really stunted this year. I've got some basil beside my entire bed of paste tomatoes. We are doing all of our own canning this year, all of our own tomatoes. We're not going to buy tomatoes this year, fingers crossed. And we are going to make all of the things that we need for our family from this bed of tomatoes. I had a green onion plant over winter itself. So we literally have massive amounts of green onion already, which is awesome. Right beside it here, I've put it right away from all of my other peppers, is that hot pepper plant. It is the go-to pepper, and I am growing this specifically to make my own kimchi. So come my fall gardening is when I'll start doing like my Napa cabbages and my radishes, things like that to accompany that. But super excited that I hope that works out because I can't wait to make my own kimchi. I've got my garlic patch, which has scapes. All of my scapes are ready to be pulled off, make my butter with. And once those scapes are off, we're done fertilizing, and in the next about 4 weeks we will have our garlic. And then moving over, I have put a netting system in place, and I have a couple of more cucumbers that I have succession planted to see if they work. And I'll have more cucumbers back there, and then I have my zucchini in front of that. So I have yellow zucchini this year and green zucchini. Another tutorial I am working on is ginger for you guys. So that's what's in this pot here. You'll see that tutorial again with the sweet potatoes. I busted out my I had my mints here last year, but I've moved them. And now I have my herb ladder. I have random herbs. So I've got like sage and thyme and all that kind of stuff growing in my medicinal garden. So I use this solely to germinate some chamomile. So I do have chamomile germination in here, and this is hopefully in the next month or so, maybe even 2, whatever, it's going to be a full ladder of chamomile. Then we can dry that out and make tea. So in my planters this year, I have done beets, single beets in each one, just as kind of an experiment. My fruits are fruiting. I have blueberries on their way, and then today I noticed that I actually have raspberries too. And then here are my beets in here. I'm gonna have to come and thin those out to one. And that is kind of where we're at this year. My quail have been moved back outside. They're quailing in here, laying me some eggs. And that is it for today. Stay tuned for next week. We are doing a giveaway because I hit 4,000 subscribers. So I am going to do a giveaway, and I would love for anybody to be involved in that. But we will talk to you soon. Bye.